Hi, I'm Amy, also known as a traveling broad. Travel has impacted my life in positive ways. So I wanted to share those ways with you in this video today. One of the ways that travel benefits a traveler is it gives you something to look forward to. When you plan a trip, regardless if the trip is a day, a weekend, or longer, you have that anticipation. And oftentimes the anticipation is even more exciting than the actual event itself. Why? Because you're envisioning the place you're going to go, you're envisioning the things that you'll do and the people that you'll meet. Another reason travel is beneficial is that travel allows you to relax and recharge. It's really critical for us to take some time to get away from all the stresses of everyday life. Do what you want when you want, or do nothing if you want. When your trip is over, you'll come back with a renewed energy and probably a more positive outlook. The importance of taking time off cannot be overemphasized. Stress can wreak havoc on your body and affect your health in negative ways. The ability to decompress is critical to your physical and your mental well-being. Another benefit of travel is that it can reignite your sense of curiosity and wonder. When you go somewhere you've never been, everything is new and exciting and fresh. And if you're like me, you want to see everything, you want to taste the local cuisine, you want to meet the local people, see how people live in that part of the world wherever you're visiting, whether it's in the US or abroad. Traveling with children can offer an even better perspective. Even if you travel with them to a place that you've been before, you're going to see it through their eyes. Everything is so much fun and exciting, even the smallest things. So we can learn a lot from kids about tapping back into the childlike wonder and excitement over the simple pleasures in life. Another benefit of travel is that it can give you a better understanding of other cultures. I went to Israel several years ago. We went to visit several people, and regardless of their financial status, every one of them welcomed us into their homes and said, "Are you hungry? Are you thirsty?" And even if you said, "No, thank you, I'm good," they put out quite a spread of food and drinks and were just so kind. You hear things about certain cultures or certain parts of the world, but until you really experience it yourself, you really just don't know. So allow yourself the time to go and experience another culture and kind of try to leave your preconceived notions behind and just see what the trip brings you. You'll be pleasantly surprised. Another benefit of travel is that it can help you understand yourself better. Traveling often involves a lot of downtime, whether you're waiting for your flight at an airport, or you're on a train, or you're driving long distances in a car. Maybe you're having some problems at work or at home, or you have a never-ending to-do list and you're a little overwhelmed. When we have time to focus on ourselves, it gives us some much-needed time to potentially solve some problems. Sometimes being alone with our thoughts can be a little scary, but I think that is one of the benefits. I often find that when I let my mind wander, a solution to a problem inevitably bubbles to the surface. This used to happen to me a lot when I had a long commute to work. I would let my mind wander to and from the drive along the country roads and just focus on the music. And once my mind wandered, usually a solution to a problem that I had been struggling with would present itself. So the same kind of thing can happen when you're traveling and you have downtime for that introspection. Another benefit of travel is that it enables you to experience new things. I went on a trip to Costa Rica and I went ziplining, and I am scared to death of heights, and my boyfriend wanted to go, so instead of making him miss out on something that he wanted to do, which would not have been fair, I decided to face my fears. And although my heart was beating out of my chest the first couple of zip lines, I did it. I survived despite my fears. I was happy that I forced myself to go out of my comfort zone and experience something new. Another benefit of travel is that it allows you to create memories that last a lifetime. One of the ways I like to preserve my memories is taking pictures. Ask anyone that knows me. I always have my digital camera with me. I shoot hundreds of pictures from every trip. I love to look through them, and I can remember where I took the picture, what was going on around me, the sights and the smells and the sounds. It's such a great way to reconnect without having to bring back a lot of stuff. Another benefit of travel is it helps you build your confidence and your problem-solving skills. There are a lot of times where there are hiccups in your travels and you have to do some problem solving on the fly and come up with a solution. Once you do that, that builds your confidence. So you feel like, yeah, I can do this. I can handle anything. And that confidence is a great thing, but the problem-solving skills that you're building are transferable to all other areas of your life. And it's especially transferable to your job. So problem solving is always a skill that people are looking for. If you're a good problem solver, that's going to go a long way to making you successful at your job. Another benefit of travel is that it teaches you to be more patient. There's hiccups with travel, just as with everyday life. I went to Florida not too long ago, and my flight was delayed 5 times. 5 times. Did I get mad? I wasn't happy about all the delays, but there's nothing you can do about it. Sometimes things happen and you just have to learn to adjust. Instead of getting mad about all the delays, I kind of hunkered down in the waiting area by the gate and I talked to people around me. I met some of the loveliest people and I had some great conversations and it helped pass the time. So it's all about your attitude, and learning to be more patient can benefit you in your personal relationships, benefit you in how you handle your job, etc. So another benefit of travel is that it can help restore your faith in your fellow man. I've had some instances where I was pleasantly surprised by the treatment I got from total strangers. I was in San Diego and I was away from my hotel and my phone was on its last legs. And I didn't realize it till it was almost too late. I tried to order an Uber to get back to the hotel, and then my phone died. I was trying to figure out how I was going to get back. I didn't see a lot of cabs in the area, so I went to a restaurant nearby and talked to the bartender and said, "Can you please call me a cab?" And he asked a guy, do you know what's a good cab company to use? And the guy said, "Why don't you call Uber? A cab's going to be too expensive." And we explained, well, my phone died, my app wasn't working. And he said, "Where are you going?" He put in the destination on his Uber app, told me, oh, it's only like a $10 ride. And I said, "Well, I have cash. I'm happy to give it to you." He says, "No, no, no, no." So he ordered the Uber. The car pulls up outside the restaurant. He walked me out. He checked the license plate for me to make sure it was the right guy. And he told the driver, "This is Amy. Make sure you take good care of her. Here's where she's going." He said goodbye and wouldn't allow me to give him any money. You're going to encounter people like this when you travel, and you can count on the kindness of strangers a lot of times. Another benefit of travel that I've found personally is that it's a great way to build rapport with people. Whether you have been somewhere and you share stories with someone who's also been to the same place, or you talk with them about a place that they are from or have visited that you'd like to go, or vice versa. Shared experiences are a really great way to build rapport and bond with another person. I had a passenger when I was driving for Uber. He told me, "We just moved from Paris." And I said, "Oh, that's great. I've been there to France. It's beautiful. I traveled all over Provence." He said, "Oh, where'd you go? Tell me some of the places." And I named off a bunch of them. And one of the places I had been, the man was born there. It was such a lovely conversation. It was a true bonding experience. Another benefit of travel, last but not least, is it will help you live without regret. I mean, who wants to be older and maybe on their deathbed and think, "Gosh, I wish I had spent that money and gone on that trip to Paris or wherever you wanted to go." Instead of wishing it, make it happen. You're not going to remember the money that you spent on it. You're going to remember the people you met, the food you ate, the things that you did, all those great experiences. Living with regret is just a terrible way to live. Travel has so many benefits, as I've already discussed in this video, and I want you to start experiencing these for yourself. Are there any travel benefits that you found that are not listed in this video? Put them in the comments below. I'd love to see them. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and be sure to hit the bell so you get notified each time I publish a new video. Thanks again for tuning in. I'll see you soon and wishing you awesome travels. Bye-bye.